Welcome to Bardstown, Kentucky, often called the most beautiful small town in America. But behind its charming facade lies a mystery that has haunted its residents for years. Crystal Rogers was a 35-year-old mother of 5, known for her bright smile and loving nature. Born and raised in Bardstown, she was deeply rooted in the community, sharing her life with friends and family who adored her. Crystal worked hard to provide for her children, balancing her time between them and her job. However, it was her sudden and unexplained disappearance on July 3, 2015, that turned this picturesque town into the epicenter of a dark and twisted tale. Crystal's car was found abandoned on the Bluegrass Parkway, with her keys, purse, and phone still inside. There were no signs of a struggle, leaving everyone puzzled and desperate for answers. Her vanishing became a focal point of intrigue, not just for Bardstown, but for the entire nation. The search for Crystal Rogers would uncover secrets that many believed were buried forever, turning Bardstown into a place synonymous with unanswered questions and hidden truths. In this video, we will delve deep into the mystery of Crystal Rogers, exploring the events leading up to her disappearance and the tangled web of secrets that followed. July 3, 2015, started like any other day for Crystal Rogers. She was seen running errands around Bardstown, taking care of her usual routine. That evening, Crystal was with her boyfriend, Brooks Houck, at his family farm. According to Brooks, they returned home, and she stayed up late playing games on her phone. But by the next morning, Crystal was gone. Her family grew concerned when they couldn't reach her. By July 5th, Crystal's maroon Chevrolet Impala was discovered abandoned on the Bluegrass Parkway. Inside the car were her keys, purse, and phone, items she would never leave behind willingly. The car showed no signs of a struggle, but its location raised red flags. It was as if Crystal had vanished into thin air. Local law enforcement quickly initiated a search, scouring the area for any signs of her. Friends, family, and volunteers joined the effort, combing through fields and woods, desperate to find any clue that could lead them to Crystal. The initial investigation focused on those closest to her, including her boyfriend, Brooks Houck. His behavior and statements would soon draw suspicion, but the lack of concrete evidence made the case even more perplexing. As the hours turned into days, the community of Bardstown rallied together, holding vigils and searches, refusing to let Crystal's disappearance be forgotten. The day she vanished became a haunting milestone, marking the beginning of an enduring quest for truth and justice. As the search for Crystal Rogers intensified, the initial police investigation began to zero in on her boyfriend, Brooks Houck. From the outset, Brooks's behavior raised eyebrows. He seemed unusually calm and detached for someone whose partner had just gone missing. This demeanor did not sit well with Crystal's family or the public. Local law enforcement quickly identified Brooks as a person of interest, and their scrutiny of him deepened. Early clues emerged that seemed to cast further suspicion on him. Witnesses reported seeing Brooks and Crystal arguing in the days leading up to her disappearance. Additionally, Brooks's own brother, Nick Houck, a police officer, was accused of interfering with the investigation, adding another layer of complexity to the case. Public reaction was swift and intense. The community of Bardstown was both shocked and mobilized. Vigils were held, and social media buzzed with theories and calls for justice. The pressure on law enforcement to solve the case increased exponentially, as did the scrutiny on Brooks Houck. Despite the mounting suspicion, concrete evidence remained elusive. Brooks maintained his innocence, insisting he had nothing to do with Crystal's disappearance. However, the lack of physical evidence and the complexity of relationships involved made the investigation a challenging puzzle for authorities. As the days turned into weeks, the hope of finding Crystal began to wane, but the determination to uncover the truth only grew stronger. The investigation was far from over, and many believed it was only a matter of time before the secrets of that fateful night would come to light. As the investigation into Crystal Rogers' disappearance progressed, the spotlight on the Houck family intensified. Brooks Houck, Crystal's boyfriend, and his brother Nick Houck, a former police officer, found themselves at the center of a web of suspicion and intrigue. Brooks's behavior continued to raise red flags. His calm and detached demeanor, coupled with reports of arguments with Crystal in the days leading up to her disappearance, painted a troubling picture. But it wasn't just Brooks who was under scrutiny. His brother Nick's actions would soon add more fuel to the fire. Nick Houck, then a Bardstown police officer, was accused of interfering with the investigation. Allegations surfaced that he had warned Brooks not to speak to the police. This interference did not go unnoticed. The FBI took a keen interest in Nick's actions, and the repercussions were swift. Nick Houck was eventually fired from the police force, a move that only deepened the public's mistrust of the Houck family. The community of Bardstown watched in both shock and fascination as the Houck brothers' lives unraveled under the weight of the investigation. The tight-knit town, already reeling from Crystal's disappearance, was now grappling with the potential involvement of a local law enforcement officer in obstructing justice. Despite these developments, Brooks Houck maintained his innocence, and no charges were brought against him or Nick. The lack of concrete evidence continued to frustrate both law enforcement and Crystal's family. The case grew colder with each passing day, but the determination to find answers remained steadfast. As we delve deeper into the disappearance of Crystal Rogers, we must turn our attention to the eerie and unsettling backdrop of Bardstown, Kentucky, a town with more than its fair share of dark secrets. Bardstown is not just haunted by the mystery of Crystal Rogers. This small town has been the epicenter of several other unsolved cases, each adding a layer of complexity and fear to its already troubled history. One such case is the murder of Officer Jason Ellis. On May 25, 2013, Officer Ellis was ambushed and brutally killed on his way home from work. The crime scene was chilling. Debris was strategically placed on the exit ramp of the Bluegrass Parkway, forcing Ellis to stop. As he attempted to clear the road, he was gunned down. Despite exhaustive investigations, the perpetrator remains at large, and the motive behind this cold-blooded murder is still unknown. Could there be a connection between Officer Ellis's murder and Crystal Rogers' disappearance? Some locals and investigators believe that the timing and proximity of these tragedies are more than mere coincidence. Theories have emerged suggesting that the same shadowy figures responsible for Ellis's death might also be involved in Crystal's case. But the mysteries of Bardstown don't end there. Just a year after Crystal vanished, another shocking event shook the town to its core. On November 19, 2016, Kathy and Samantha Netherland, a mother and daughter, were found brutally murdered in their own home. The violence of the crime stunned the community, and like the other cases, it remains unsolved. The question that looms over Bardstown is whether these seemingly unrelated incidents are connected by a sinister thread. Is there a hidden hand orchestrating these tragedies, or is the town simply cursed by a series of unrelated horrors? As we continue to unravel the enigma of Crystal Rogers' disappearance, we must also consider the broader tapestry of Bardstown's dark history. The search for answers takes us into the heart of a town where secrets lurk in every shadow and justice remains elusive. As we delve deeper into the mystery of Crystal Rogers' disappearance, it's crucial to understand the profound impact this case has had, not just on her family, but on the entire Bardstown community and the wider true crime audience. For Crystal's family, the pain of her absence is immeasurable. Her mother, Sherry Ballard, has become a relentless advocate for justice, refusing to let Crystal's memory fade into obscurity. The family has organized numerous searches, vigils, and public appeals, keeping the spotlight on Crystal's case. Every day without answers is a day filled with anguish and uncertainty for them. The Bardstown community, too, has been deeply affected. This close-knit town, once known for its southern charm, now grapples with a lingering sense of fear and suspicion. Local businesses display posters of Crystal, and community members frequently gather to show solidarity with her family. The unresolved nature of her disappearance, coupled with other unsolved cases, has left an indelible mark on the town's collective psyche. Nationally, Crystal's case has captured the attention of the true crime community. Major news outlets and true crime podcasts have covered her story extensively, bringing a wave of media attention to Bardstown. This spotlight has been a double-edged sword. While it has helped keep the case in the public eye, it has also brought scrutiny and speculation that sometimes overshadow the human element of this tragedy. The involvement of the FBI and the continued media coverage have ensured that Crystal Rogers' name remains in the headlines, but the quest for justice is far from over. As we continue to explore this case, we must remember the real people affected by these events and the community that lives in the shadow of these unresolved mysteries. As the years have passed since Crystal Rogers' disappearance, the case has seen several significant developments. In 2020, the FBI took a more active role in the investigation, conducting numerous searches and interviewing key individuals connected to the case. This renewed effort has brought a glimmer of hope to Crystal's family and the Bardstown community. One of the most notable actions was the FBI's extensive search of the Houck family farm, where they utilized advanced forensic technology and cadaver dogs. While specific findings from these searches have not been made public, the increased federal involvement signals that authorities believe there are still crucial leads to be uncovered. Additionally, public interest in the case has surged, thanks in part to true crime documentaries and podcasts that have kept Crystal's story in the spotlight. This media attention has not only maintained public awareness, but has also encouraged new witnesses to come forward, providing potentially valuable information. In a recent press conference, the FBI reaffirmed their commitment to solving Crystal's case, stating that they are following up on every lead and tip that comes in. The agency has also offered a substantial reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of those responsible for Crystal's disappearance. While the investigation remains ongoing, these recent developments have injected a renewed sense of urgency and determination into the search for answers. For Crystal's family, the hope of finding justice remains alive, and the Bardstown community continues to rally behind them. As we await further updates, we must remember that every piece of information, no matter how small, could be the key to unlocking this mystery. As with many unsolved mysteries, the disappearance of Crystal Rogers has given rise to numerous theories and speculations. Today we'll delve into some of the most prominent ones and assess the evidence backing each. One of the most widely discussed theories is that Crystal fell victim to foul play, orchestrated by someone close to her. Brooks Houck, Crystal's boyfriend at the time, has been under intense scrutiny since the beginning. His inconsistent statements and reported lack of cooperation have fueled suspicions. Many believe that Brooks, possibly with the help of his brother, former Bardstown police officer Nick Houck, played a direct role in Crystal's disappearance. Despite extensive searches and interrogations, no concrete evidence has tied them to the crime. Another theory suggests a broader conspiracy involving multiple individuals within the Bardstown community. Some speculate that Crystal may have uncovered something she wasn't supposed to know, making her a target. This theory is partly supported by the mysterious deaths and unsolved crimes that have plagued Bardstown in recent years, creating an aura of secrecy and fear. There are also those who entertain the possibility that Crystal may have decided to leave voluntarily, though this theory is less favored. Crystal was a devoted mother, and her sudden disappearance without a trace or contact with her children makes this scenario highly unlikely. Additionally, some believe that Crystal's case may be linked to other unsolved cases in Bardstown, including the murders of Officer Jason Ellis and the Netherland family. The eerie connections between these cases have led some to theorize the existence of a hidden network of crime operating in the shadows of this small town. While each theory presents compelling arguments, the lack of definitive evidence makes it challenging to pinpoint the exact circumstances of Crystal's disappearance. What remains clear is that the truth is out there, waiting to be uncovered. As we continue to explore these theories, we must remain vigilant and open-minded, for any piece of information, no matter how small, could be the key to solving this perplexing case. In the tangled web of Crystal Rogers' disappearance, one aspect that cannot be overlooked is the role of law enforcement and the looming shadow of corruption allegations. Bardstown, a town already gripped by fear and mystery, has had its trust in local law enforcement severely tested. Nick Houck, a former Bardstown police officer and the brother of Brooks Houck, has been a focal point of controversy. Accusations suggest that Nick may have used his position to obstruct the investigation. During a polygraph test, Nick's behavior raised eyebrows, and his subsequent dismissal from the police force only fueled suspicions. Could his actions have been part of a larger effort to protect his brother? The allegations of corruption don't stop with Nick. Some residents and observers believe that there may be deeper, more systemic issues within the Bardstown Police Department. These suspicions are partly fueled by the unsolved murders of Officer Jason Ellis and the Netherland family, which have led to whispers of a hidden network of crime and corruption. The involvement of the FBI in Crystal Rogers' case is seen by many as a necessary step to ensure an impartial investigation. However, the question remains, how much crucial evidence was lost or tampered with due to potential corruption within the local law enforcement? As we continue to seek justice for Crystal, it's essential to scrutinize every angle, including the possibility that those sworn to protect may have played a role in hindering the investigation. The truth, no matter how deeply buried, must come to light. In the midst of confusion and heartache, one group has never wavered in their pursuit of justice for Crystal Rogers, her family. Through vigils, public appeals, and relentless advocacy, Crystal's loved ones have kept her story alive in the hearts and minds of the Bardstown community and beyond. Crystal's mother, Sherry Ballard, has been a pillar of strength, leading the charge in the search for answers. She has organized numerous events to raise awareness, including candlelight vigils and community marches, ensuring that Crystal's name remains at the forefront of public consciousness. Sherry's unwavering determination is a testament to the love and bond she shares with her daughter. The family has also utilized social media as a powerful tool, creating pages and groups dedicated to Crystal's case. These platforms not only serve as a place to share updates and information, but also provide a community of support for those affected by Crystal's disappearance. The power of collective vigilance cannot be underestimated. Despite the immense pain and frustration, Crystal's family continues to work closely with law enforcement and the FBI, providing any information that might bring them one step closer to finding her. Their cooperation and persistence are crucial in navigating the complexities of this case. Public support has also played a significant role in keeping the investigation alive. Community members, driven by empathy and a shared desire for justice, have participated in search efforts and kept the pressure on authorities to solve this case. The ongoing search for Crystal Rogers is not just about finding out what happened to her. It's about seeking justice, closure, and ensuring that no one else has to endure the same heartache. The family's tireless efforts serve as a reminder that, even in the face of adversity, hope and determination can pave the way for truth. As we continue to follow this case, let us stand in solidarity with Crystal's family and the Bardstown community. Together, we can keep the quest for answers alive and honor the memory of Crystal Rogers. As we reach the end of our deep dive into the disappearance of Crystal Rogers, we are left with more questions than answers. This case has woven a complex tapestry of mystery, heartbreak, and resilience that continues to haunt the town of Bardstown and beyond. Crystal's story is one of a mother who vanished without a trace, leaving behind a family desperate for closure and a community grappling with the unknown. Despite the tireless efforts of her loved ones, law enforcement, and the public, the truth remains shrouded in shadows. The unanswered questions and elusive evidence keep this case alive in the hearts and minds of many. Who is responsible for Crystal's disappearance? What secrets lie hidden in the corners of Bardstown? And will justice ever be served? It is crucial that we continue to shine a light on Crystal's case and others like it. By keeping her story in the public eye, we uphold the hope that one day the truth will emerge and justice will prevail. If you have any information about Crystal Rogers' disappearance, please contact the FBI or local law enforcement. Your tip could be the key to unlocking this mystery. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Stay vigilant, stay compassionate, and remember, the search for answers continues. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.